Okay, can I start? Hey, all you photographers out there, welcome to another episode of Get Crafty Photographers! My name is Christina Craft, and I created this channel to share some nifty hacks and tricks that will change the way you shoot forever. Through my wedding photography work, I've had to problem solve on the fly. A lot. So here are five. And here are 5 easy hacks that I've learned from problem solving in wedding photography that you can apply to just about any genre of photography, whether it's street photography, boudoir, nature, fine art, whatever you happen to shoot. Number 1, focus in the dark. So I have to focus in the dark a lot because I'm sometimes at wedding receptions where there's no ceiling to bounce my flash and no DJ light projected onto the dance floor. It's almost pitch black and my camera ends up having to hunt for focus. So what I've learned is that rather than focusing on the eyes, which is your natural inclination, there's just not enough contrast in the eyes. And what your camera's trying to do in the dark is find some contrast. Guess where the contrast is, babies? It's right here. And this happens to be in the same space on most people's faces as the eyes. So when you focus on the teeth, you're focusing on the eyes, and then you have focused. Number 2, dial in your exposure with backlighting. So the sun's behind you, and especially if you shoot on any of those aperture priority mode, you are going to get tripped up. The best thing to do is, instead of trying to get your exposure on your subject's face, which has the sun behind it, you're just going to turn your subject's face black. Instead, what I want you to do is look into the shadow cast by your subject, lock in your exposure on that, click the exposure lock, or just if you're in manual mode, move those dials until you get it the way you want, leave it where it is, lock it, bring the camera back up, click, you should have a perfect exposure almost every time. If not, just look at the back of your camera and make a little adjustment. Number 3, take better crowd shots. Take better crowd shot by simply focusing on the person who's listening. They're going to have a nicer expression than the person who is talking, because the person who is talking is going to look like this, and this is just not flattering on anybody. So your natural inclination when you are out shooting a crowd is to focus on the person talking, because you might be attracted to their mouths moving as well. But the person who's listening is usually like this, even if the person's talking boring. Yes, 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 yes. Uh-huh, I see. Focus on that person listening, you're gonna get way better crowd shot, whether you're doing street photography or you're at a wedding or you're doing anything candid. Number 4, triangles. Make triangles. I know a lot of photographers out there like to rotate their cameras when they shoot, and sometimes it just looks plain old crooked. How you get around this is, I want you to visualize triangles in your scene, and just like these examples, you are going to move from straight on to making sure there's a triangle somewhere in your composition, and wham bam, no more crooked pictures, just by making some triangles. Now these triangles can be implied or they can be actually graphic. 5 golden hats, crafty hats. Number 5, create your own frame. And guess what you're gonna use? You're going to create your own frame, or even just reduce a distraction with this thing I have right here called a hand, and you can do this, and now you don't even see that motorcycle driving by. There's a motorcycle, there's the camera. Oh, I want to hide the camera. Oh, there we go, we hit the camera. Oh, there we go. Doesn't always work in the bright sun, so you want to have a really wide aperture, something like 2.8, 3.5, something like that, so it goes nice and blurry. In the bright sun or at the dark, it will just go to black silhouette, and it's going to look really cool like these photos. So just use your hand and it's an instant frame. There you have it. 5 jazz hands for the 5 hacks that you can do easy peasy that will change the way you shoot forever. When you go out in the field and you do any of these hacks, or maybe you have your own, please share them on social media by hashtagging them with Get Crafty Photographers. And as usual, there are more hacks and information and lots of resources on the website getcraftyphotographers.com. The link is also in the description below. And this is a brand spanking new YouTube channel. If you liked what you see, I would so appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, did all the positive things below, leave some comments, let me know if there's anything you'd like me to focus on next. I so appreciate it. So that concludes another episode of Get Crafty Photographers.